there. But we have a lot to talk about, Charles. Just so much going on in the world of boxing. I know that you're never one to shy away from your opinions. That's what people know you for in the Facebook group. So let's just get into it, man. We have the heavyweight division, which is on fire right now. We got
absolutely
Usyk, who just beat Anthony Joshua again. Now they're talking about making the Tyson Fury undisputed fight. What's your overall take on just that whole situation?
Well, I think I've had Oleksandr Usyk as my number one pound for pound fighter in the world for, I think, 2 years, maybe, roughly. I think he's still underrated, underappreciated. A lot of people discuss other fighters when they talk about pound for pound, when they talk about elite. So I think he's the best boxer in the world, Oleksandr Usyk. I think he reminds me of Evander Holyfield in terms of being an undersized heavyweight.
Yeah.
I think that his work rate is also not discussed as much, but he's in control of his work rate. So he doesn't need to be a volume fighter, but if he had to be, just like he did in his last fight, because he had to kick it up a notch, as the trainer of Anthony Joshua alerted us in round 10, I believe.
Yeah.
So Oleksandr Usyk is just a great boxer. Then we have the others, and I call them the others.
The others, I like that.
including who some people are now calling an all-time great heavyweight, Tyson Fury. I still consider him an other. You know, I was impressed long ago when he beat Vladimir Klitschko. He won fairly and squarely in a fight that most people consider to be boring. But from that point, he didn't really do much.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's let the world know about his personal struggles. We saw it. We saw it in his own body. We saw how much weight he put on, and we know he had issues with drugs. But the bottom line is he wasn't fighting the best fighters for a long period of time. And in his way back, he was made a legitimate offer by Eddie Hearn to fight Anthony Joshua, and he went the other direction, and he fought Deontay Wilder. I was there at Staples Center, now called Crypto.com. I thought he won. I believe in my opinion, I think he won 9-10 rounds. So I thought he should have become the heavyweight champion, at least WBC. And then he's fought Deontay Wilder. You know, he's had his round robin with Deontay Wilder. But I don't think that's enough to say
he's still lacking a little bit. You feel like there's more to still achieve and more depth that he needs to add to his resume.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you know, there's guys out there. I mean, sure, I would take him over Joyce and Dubois. I would probably take him over Parker. I don't know, because I haven't really seen Tyson Fury fight a guy like Joseph Parker. So I don't know. And I don't know if he could beat Anthony Joshua, even though Anthony Joshua has weaknesses that we've seen. I think Anthony Joshua is a very tough matchup for Tyson Fury.
You mentioned you mentioned Eddie Hearn making Tyson Fury an offer, right? And you said Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder and that he wasn't fighting the best fighters in the world. Are you insinuating that Tyson Fury ducked Anthony Joshua?
I'm stating he ducked Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't play favorites when I talk about fighters who duck, and lots of fighters who duck. High profile, low profile, mid-tier fighters. All profiles. Duck fights. And when they do, I'm here to discuss it.
Okay. Well, so like, as far as the offer from Eddie Hearn, like, do you feel like? Because I know you think highly of Eddie Hearn. Do you feel like? Because a lot of times in boxing, there's always talk about proof of funds and was the offer legitimate? Do you think Eddie Hearn made him a legitimate offer, or was it just like media talk?
In reference to Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, yeah.
I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't have any evidence. And when we have all these discussions on social media, you know, guys are saying, oh, where's the evidence? Prove that this person ducked this person. The proof is that they didn't fight. That's the proof. So when two high-profile fighters have an opportunity to fight and they don't, it's because one of them or one of the sides, as in the handlers of one of them, didn't want the fight. I mean, it's as simple as that. They all know how to make a fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Tyson Fury understands the business of boxing. Frank Warren understands, Top Rank understands now, the promoter of Tyson Fury. So they understand how to make fights. And Eddie Hearn and Matchroom understand how to make fights. So it's one side or the other when a fight doesn't happen. And people need to stop pretending that fighters don't duck, because they do.
What